Hey everyone, Mah-Dry-Bread here. Pokemon Gold with only HM moves was a fun one. Let's follow that up with a really strange one. Today's the day that we figure out would I be able to beat Pokemon Fire Red with a team of only one Water Onix. Now, I know what you're thinking. One of my first Pokemon challenges I ever did was Pokemon Fire Red with only one Magikarp, so this must be possible. And yes, I do think it's possible. However, in that Magikarp run, we were allowed to use items in battle since it would be impossible otherwise. In this run, we aren't. I'm still going in assuming that this is mostly going to be a regular run rather than a brutal one, but time will tell. Like always, I'm ready to the script as I go through with the challenge, so all of this part is being written before I've started. Everyone comment down below and guess if I can win or not. I'm pretty sure that we can win, but I think I'm going to be in a slow leveling category, so I do worry about grinding. Let's explain the rules. In combat, I can only use Water Onix. I'll need other Pokemon to use HMs, but I won't be allowed to use any of those Pokemon in battle. No glitches or exploits, no items in battle, only Pokeballs, held items, and items outside of combat are allowed. Also, if you enjoy the video, be sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell for more. Let's do this. So right off the bat, I use the Universal Pokemon Randomizer to replace Charmander with Magikarp so that we can do the whole run with it. Yeah, we could start with Water Onix, but this felt more fair. Our nature is quiet, so less speed and more special attack. Considering Water Onix has bad special attack and is a water type, this might help our water moves pack a little bit more punch. I mean, as far as I know, I'm going off the Bulbapedia numbers here, but I have no idea if that's accurate right now. Also, no need for a nickname at this point. You'll see why later. Okay, so the start of the game. By starting as a Magikarp, we have really made the start of the game harder on ourselves. We don't get any attacking moves until level 15, and we're in the slow leveling category, so this whole start is brutal. We have to find a Metapod or Kakuna, use 30 splashes, run away so that they don't use Struggle, find another one to use some more splashes on, then finally we can take out a few enemies with Struggle. As soon as we run out of potions, we have no choice but to heal at the Poke Center, getting our power points back on Splash, and forcing us to do the whole process over again. This is brutally slow, and honestly totally unnecessary since I could have just started with the Water Onix, but I was worried this run could end up being too fast and easy. I know, it's the Water Onix video, I'm sure no one was clicking on this if they didn't already know the Water Onix joke. And I'm sure you guys wouldn't mind at all if I started with a Water Onix, but then again, this makes the video longer, and I know you guys always ask for longer videos. The grind is awful, though. It didn't take long before we were requiring many trips to the Poke Center per level. Struggle has recoil damage, so we only have enough health to take down 2 Kakuna or Metapod before we have to turn back and heal. By level 10, it takes about 4 or 5 trips to the Poke Center just to level up once, depending on what level the enemy Pokemon were. How long each trip takes mostly depends on how long it took us to even find a Metapod or Kakuna. They're weirdly rare. Once we hit level 15, things get a little bit smoother since we learn Tackle. I mean, we're still super weak, but not having to spam out Splash before we can attack is really nice. Still, leveling from 15 to 20 in Viridian Forest with a slow-leveling Magikarp is pretty brutal. Absolutely required though, since there's no way at all that we could brute force the Rock Gym with Magikarp before evolving. Although we can reliably fight everything but the Weedles and Pikachu now, it still takes multiple trips to the Poke Center per level thanks to always running out of power points on Tackle. Finally, after almost an entire day of grinding, we finally hit level 20 and evolved. I know a lot of you probably have some questions right now. Don't worry, I do too. We'll answer some of those later. So here we have it, Water Onix. We're Water and Rock type, we've got Rock Head so we don't take recoil damage, and hitting level 20 gave us Water Gun. These stats don't look like the Water Onix on the Bulbapedia, so I'm fairly sure that means that we've got unique stats. That pretty much throws every idea I had of how easy this will be out the window. I genuinely have no idea what moves I'm gonna learn, so I'm as blind as you are on this one. In fact, if I knew that we'd be Water and Rock type, I'd have made sure our rival used a Venusaur to make it harder, but I'm not exactly chomping at the bit to go redo an entire day of grinding on a new file, so we're gonna roll with this. Naturally, when we got to Brock's Rock Gym, we just one-shot our way through with Water Gun, as expected. Water Gun, by the way, at level 20, that's not normally what Water Onix would have, which means unique moves too. Speaking of one-shots, the stat boost we got from evolving, mixed with us being level 21, means that the next little bit of the game is probably going to go super smoothly. There's no way anything in Mount Moon can handle us. Normally I don't let you know what the next challenge is until during the outro of the video, but I know that a lot of people don't hear that part, so I thought I'd just say this now. Next week's challenge, I've already started recording it, and I'm really excited for it. It's a birthday challenge where I play as a Drowsy in Pokemon Blue, and I'm going to be telling you about all of my childhood stories growing up with Pokemon back when it first came out here in Canada. And I'm super excited for it, because I think you guys are really going to like that one. I'm having a blast writing down all of my old Pokemon stories from as a kid. Oh, and on my way through Mount Moon, I took the Helix fossil. I knew that if I didn't say what I took, you'd all ask. Actually, now that I think about it, everyone ask anyway. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. On the other side, I go straight after our rival. Pidgeotto was first, so it took a couple tries to not just get sand attacked. He can hardly hurt us though, so he went down fast. Abra can't fight back, so he was no problem, and third was Squirtle. Right away he started using Withdraw to boost his defense, so I had to switch to Water Gun. His own Water Gun didn't do much to us though, so we took him down. Last was Rattata, but he actually went down in one hit. After getting some levels north of Nugget Bridge, I take a few tries at Misty's Water Gym, but thanks to being part Rock type, we don't actually resist Water Pulse. Thanks to that, we ended up going down. Maybe I'll need to come back here later with some new moves. A few levels later and we learn Bite, a dark move in this game, so I use it to take out Starmie. It did a pretty great job. Right after that is the Assassin. Now, normally I wouldn't feel the need to grind here much considering what Pokemon we are, and it seems like our stats are alright at least. But considering I don't know how altered my stats might be, I don't want to take any risks. I also go ahead and use the TM for Rock Tomb and Water Pulse. I almost forgot that I'll have to manually check what TMs work. Okay, time for the SSN rival fight. Nothing much to say on this one, we totally mopped the floor with them. Let's get out of here, we got lots of traveling to do. Alright, so next is the Electric Gym, and although we aren't double weak to it since we aren't flying type, we're still weak to it thanks to being part water. I decided instead to just make my way towards Rock Tunnel. Yeah, the next gyms are electric and grass, so I'm not feeling great about either of them, but I bet we can get a new move on our way. In Rock Tunnel, I take a detour to go to the Rock Slide move tutor, and it worked. It's not an amazing move, but it's probably the best rock move that we'll get our hands on in this run. There weren't many good rock moves until Gen 4. Next up, I decide to go do the Rocket Hideout. I don't really feel confident about any of the places we can go to at the moment. We have Water Pulse, so I'm sure Giovanni won't be bad, and maybe by the end of this we can just brute force the Electric Gym. While we're here, we get the chance to learn Hydro Pump. I don't know how long I'll keep it since it's a little bit unreliable, but we could at least probably use it on the occasional gym battle. Giovanni was a total pushover, by the way. His Kangaskhan had some chances, but he used Tail Whip a bunch, so it went well. Okay, so I don't think we're ready for the Grass Gym yet, so I went to do the Electric Gym instead. It was super easy outside of Raichu stalling us out with Paralysis a little bit near the end. We're just too strong for it. Speaking of being too strong, we didn't even take a hit during the Pokemon Tower rival fight. We've actually got decent type coverage for him. I don't know how easy it'll be in Silph Co, though. I'm kinda tempted to try it early. You know what? Why don't we? First I go to the Safari Zone to pick up Surf since it's way stronger than Water Pulse, and then I go to Silph Co for the rival fight. Pidgeot is first, so we take him down with one Rock Slide, and second is Execute. He could really mess us up, but we ended up one-shotting him with a Bite first. Alakazam was fast enough to let off a Future Sight, and strong enough to survive a Bite, but he just tried to use Future Sight a second time and it doesn't stack, so we finished him off. Blastoise is next, and between his bites and Future Sight hitting, we went all the way down to 5 health before we took him out. Last was Growlithe, and we're faster, so we managed to finish him off with Surf. That was really close. It's cool to win without a big level lead. After that amazing victory is yet another Giovanni fight that we have no troubles with at all. We're making great progress this run. Before we leave the town, I take a shot at the Psychic Gym. First is Kadabra, and he keeps using Calm Mind. Considering Bite targets special defense in this game, it kept him up for a little while. He even got to let off a Future Sight before he went down. I wonder if that'll actually get powered up by Calm Mind or not. Mr. Mime never got a hit in thanks to a flinch. As Venomoth came out, we took a Future Sight. Decent damage, but I don't know if that Calm Mind boost actually applied. It doesn't really look like it. Anyway, Venomoth was easy, and last was Alakazam, who started with Calm Mind. Our Bite did tons of damage, she used a Hyper Potion, and we finished it with Rock Slide. We're doing so well, let's keep this boss rush going with the Poison Gym. The first coughing was a one-shot, but the Muck minimized, and then kept spamming Hyper Potions when he had a sliver of health. Okay, that one was just awful luck. Let's try that one again. Second try went way better as we just nailed Hydro Pump from the start, but he kept using Minimize and we missed a few more times before hitting him again. Hey, at least we didn't get poisoned this time. All he had left was a coughing and a wheezing, and neither one of them could have stopped us at that point. I guess it's time that we finally do the grass gym. It ended up being a sweep with rock slides, so at least we never had to get stuck here. This is why I love Fire Red runs. So many of the major fights can be done out of order. When I get stuck on one trainer, it's rare that I have nowhere else to go. On my way over to Cinnabar Island, we hit level 50 and learned Double Edge. We have an ability that keeps us from taking recoil damage, so it's basically just return but a bit stronger. The Fire Gym was an absolute breeze. We're a combo of two types that are super effective against fire, so I'm not even gonna blame Blaine for losing this one. Lastly for the gyms is the ground gym, but like every other Giovanni fight in this run, it was super easy. At sight of Dugtrio hitting Earthquake, everything went fine. Last before the Elite Four is one more rival fight. Pidgeot is first and goes down pretty fast, but it took tons of tries to get one, or we didn't just get hit by Feather Dance right away. Execute is second, and Double Edge did decent damage, but we got paralyzed in the process. We took him down before he could use Solar Beam, but this could be really bad. Growlithe lured our attack, but went down in one surf, as did the Rhydon right after. Alakazam is next, and he used Calm Mind and Disable, so he went down without hurting us. Last was Blastoise, and right away he made us flinch with Bite, then made it rain and hit a Water Gun. I tried different moves, but we weren't doing much damage. Sucks to get overpowered right at the end of a fight. Looks like we finally have to grind a bit. The grind here isn't too bad since we can take things out pretty fast, although we aren't exactly the fastest leveling Pokemon in the world. I'm not really sure what level I'll need to be to win this since I don't know what the stats of a Water Onix are, so I decided to just go for a nice round number. It seems like attack and special attack are both pretty low, so I get the feeling our stats are a little bit closer to that of a regular Onix, rather than a regular Gyarados. Feels weird saying Gyarados right now. Ugh, feels wrong. You know what I mean, though. I gotta use the word sometimes. Come on, it's just utility. I'm being pragmatic here. We're level 60. Time for more attempts at the rival. It took 12 attempts before we actually didn't get hit by Feather Dance, since we're still slower, and Execute finally missed Stun Spore so we can actually do this fight. Everything went more or less the same, other than Alakazam letting off a Future Sight. I tried Hydro Pump on Blastoise, but it did just about nothing. So we still have to rely on weakened Double Edge. In the end, we probably could have won because of the rain, but Hydro Pump missed, so we lost again. Yeah, I don't want to do another dozen attempts to avoid Feather Dance just to get paralyzed. I'm gonna grind some more. 5 levels later, and we finally get back to Blastoise in decent enough shape. This time, we actually did end up winning, partly thanks to him using Rain Dance and us hitting Hydro Pump, but really it was the extra attack from the levels that seemed to get the win for us. I'm really not looking forward to the Pokemon Champion fight, by the way. While I'm going through Victory Road, it's about time I explain exactly how I got a Water Onix. This is a ROM hack made by some members of the community. Domain 2 Genis, I think I said that right, made some awesome sprites of what a Water Onix would look like and put them into a Google Drive, inviting people to patch it into a ROM. Then I got an email from Dolo, who got the art into the ROM and edited Gyarados to be a Water Onix, complete with new moves, stats, types, and abilities. I genuinely have come into this run just about totally blind. All I knew coming into it is what Water Onix would look like, because I had seen the sprite on Twitter. Thanks to my email inbox being a horrible quagmire of sponsorship invitations that I don't want, please Raid Shadow Legends, please stop sending me sponsorship requests. Right, thanks to it being a horrible quagmire of sponsorship invitations that I don't want, I didn't end up seeing Dolo's follow-up email right away that let me know that it would have new moves and stuff like that. I didn't see it until I was on the SSN, so I actually found out at the same time you guys did, when I learned Water Gun at level 20 and was a Water and Rock type. I really never thought I'd have my own Pokemon ROM hack, so I just want to give a massive thank you to Domain 2 Genis and Dolo for making this happen. This is pretty cool. Now let's check out our stats before the Elite Four. Our defense is amazing and our health isn't bad, but our attack and special attack aren't that great for an evolved Pokemon. I'm worried about how a lot of this will go, but I think it's possible. Make your final guesses on if we can win this or not. Let's do this. First is Ice Trainer Lorelei. She sends out Dugong, who goes down in one super effective Rock Slide, and second is Cloyster. He's weak to Rock, but I went with Water moves instead since he's got crazy high defense and low special defense. The first Hydro Pump didn't work thanks to Protect, but it didn't take too long before we finished him off. He did waste some of our time with Protect and Hail though. Third was Slow Bro, and we had a big, ugly back and forth fight with him. She kept healing and we kept doing damage, but she outlasted us. After coming back our customary 5 levels higher, things go basically the same leading up to Slow Bro. This time we almost took her down, just to get put to sleep by Yawn. That gave her the chance to heal back up, and then she started using Amnesia, so water moves are out of the question. Thankfully, she wasted so much time with Amnesia that we woke up and got some hits in for the knockout. Next is Lapras, and we almost took her down in one Rock Slide, but we got confused. The follow-up took her down, so all that was left was Jinx. We landed a double edge for a one-shot, winning the fight. Second is Fighting Trainer Bruno. Onix on Water Onix fight first, and of course we ended up sweeping both of his Onixes with Surf. Third is Hitmonchan, and he ended up missing his Rock Tomb. That's actually really important because losing the speed advantage would probably have lost us the whole fight. 2 hits take him down. Hitmonlee went down in one double edge thanks to his low defense, and Machamp was last. He did manage to hit a Rock Tomb and to bulk up to get stronger, but we got super lucky and he missed his Cross Chop. We might have survived it because of high defense, but I wouldn't count on it. Third is Ghost Trainer Agatha. Gengar started with double team, so naturally we missed our first Hydro Pump. The second one hit for a one-shot though. That could have gotten out of control fast. Golbat confused right away and still went down to one Rock Slide. When Haunter came out, we hit ourselves in Confusion, but she just used Mean Look, so as Confusion wore off, we one-shot him. For the second Gengar, she missed Hypnosis, we almost one-shot her with Hydro Pump, she missed another Hypnosis, and we finished her off. Last was Arbok, but we took it down fast. Good fight! Fourth is Dragon Trainer Lance. It actually starts with a Water Onix mirror match. I went for Hydro Pump and he went for Bite, so it's obvious who's the superior Water Onix handler. Yeah, he went down fast. Second was Dragonair, and we did great damage, then got paralyzed. Okay, we all know where this is going. We took him down, as well as the second Dragonair, but not before taking decent damage from Outrage. As Dragonite came out, we dealt massive damage with Rock Slide just to get knocked down to 4 health, fully paralyzed, and finished off. Ouch. We get back to the fight at level 82, and we're just strong enough to one-shot the first Dragonair. The second one just uses Safeguard, so it doesn't cause any issues. For Dragonite, we nearly one-shot with Rock Slide, he hits Outrage, then we finish it with Double Edge. Last is Aerodactyl, and although his Ancient Power hits hard, we hit much harder. Finally, the Pokemon Champion. Pidgeot is first, and this time we got lucky with the move choice, and he hardly hurt us. He went down in one hit, as did the Rhydon right after. Executor, on the other hand, is very, very dangerous. He only put up a light screen before he went down, so I'm lucky, because he has Mega Drain, and that would really mess us up. Alakazam is next, and we got outsped and hit hard by Psychic, but we still took him down with Double Edge. Next is Arcanine, so we have less attack from Intimidate. Hydro Pump actually didn't one-shot him thanks to Light Screen. It took a few more hits to take him down, so we went into the Blastoise fight with super low health. He made it rain, and then we both missed Hydro Pumps. That was terrifying. On the next round, we nearly took him out with Hydro Pump just for us to go down to his own. So close. A few runs later through the Elite Four and we're level 86, this fight goes almost the exact same until Arcanine, who we're faster than now, letting us get into the Blastoise fight with more health. Double Edge did decent damage and he started a Rain Dance. I went for Rock Slide to hope for a flinch, but no luck, we got hit hard. Knowing this is our last chance, I went for Hydro Pump, and thanks to his Rain Dance powering up our water moves, it was just enough to get the knockout and to put us all in the Hall of Fame. I want to say that this run didn't go exactly how I expected, but honestly, I didn't know what to expect. I came into this thinking it would be an easy run where I'd have Gyarados' stats, but in the end it worked out. I really hope you guys like that run. For my next Saturday's Pokemon Challenge, I'm going to be doing another Drowsy run, because it's going to be recorded on my birthday week, and it's my favorite Pokemon. I'm actually really excited because I've started recording this one, and it's really special. It's a run where I mostly just talk about all of my childhood stories of growing up with Pokemon when it first came out here in Canada. As always, I'm looking forward to your suggestions in the comments, in the challenge quest section of my Discord channel, and on Twitter. Subscribe, ring the bell, stay tuned. If you want to see me do more challenges like this, please let me know in the comments or on Twitter. I can always use more ideas from you guys on what I should do next. Also check out the playlist in the description if you want to watch all the Pokemon challenges that I've already uploaded. Also come to the Twitch TV streams and tell me that this video sent you. It's always cool to hear how you found the channel. Thank you everybody so much for watching, and until next time, have a nice day.